If you're looking for the top 10 business plan software for investor pitch deck, here's a review I want you to pay attention to. Number 10, we have Biz Plan Builder. Our score, 8 over 10. And the cool thing about this is that Biz Plan Builder is a very intuitive business plan tool for investor pitch deck. It's very transparent. It's very straightforward. We love that a lot. We have a step-by-step business planning, and we love the fact that Biz Plan Builder gives you all the capabilities and functionalities you need if you want to have a compelling investor pitch deck. So here are the pros and cons of Biz Plan Builder. Pros: you have appealing visuals, easy to use drag and drop templates. You have various industry-specific templates for when it comes to investor pitch decks. You have in-depth presentation also. What about the cons here? No free trial, no mobile friendliness, and difficulty in exporting PDFs. So on the screen right now, here is a pricing for Biz Plan Builder as of the date of this show. By the way, boss, welcome back to the show. It's really a pleasure to have you here. So we're talking to this conversation about the top 10 business plan software for investor pitch deck. Number 9, we have Biz Plan. Our score, 8.3 over 10. Biz Plan is really the quintessential business plan for startups because it actually came from startups.com. And we love the fact that it offers a guided walkthrough of each session you need to, if you want to have a complete pitch deck, investor pitch deck. And you can use it for funding, you can use it to pitch to partners, and so on and so forth. And what we love about the Biz Plan is that you just need to plug in the information from your mission and goals to financial forecast, and Biz Plan will do the math and create the visual charts that you need to get your points across. What are the pros and cons here? The pros: you have a monthly, annual, and lifetime plans. You have step-by-step instructions. And you have a modular drag and drop interface that's really great for investor pitch decks. And you also have access to Fundable, which is a great investor sort of platform. What about the cons here? There are no road mapping tools. You have a lack of customization, and this only integrates with Xero. And there's no free trial also. On the screen right now, I want you to see the pricing for Biz Plan as of the date of this show. Number 8, we have AHA. Our score, 8.5 over 10. So if you're looking for a business plan software tool for investor pitch deck with road mapping abilities, then you want to go with AHA. We love this a lot because AHA makes it a lot easier to map out what you plan to do, what you plan to do to get from point A to point Z. We love that a lot. And when you think about AHA, I want you to think primarily of a road mapping software tool that you can choose if you want to have a compelling investor pitch deck. So here are the pros and cons of AHA. Pros: you have a user-friendly interface. You have the ability to score and prioritize ideas, which, as you know, is quintessential when it comes to having a compelling investor pitch deck. You can share roadmaps with others, including with investors, and you have a 30-day free trial with AHA. What about the cons? There is no free plan, and this is kind of expensive for business plan creation, especially for investor pitch decks. And it has a bit of a learning curve here. Here is a pricing for AHA as of the date of this show. Number 7, we have here Live Plan. Our score, 8.8 over 10. So Live Plan is kind of cool for financial forecasting in the context of an investor pitch deck. And we love the fact that Live Plan has been around for a while. It's actually a software created and run by Palo Alto Software. And it isn't just a single feature. Rather than it's a tool that lets you turn your balance sheet and cash flow statements into charts, graphs, and what if situations to help you show possible investors the best and worst case scenarios for your business. So this is kind of cool. What are the pros and cons here? Pros: you have unlimited guests and contributors. You can export finished business plan and investor pitch deck as PowerPoint presentations. You have a step-by-step instruction. You have a series of step-by-step instructions with prompts, and you also have the money back guarantee, 35 days. This is kind of cool. What about the cons here? There's no free plan, no free trial. And here is a pricing on the screen. Here is a pricing for Live Plan as of the date of this show. By the way, boss, just want to quickly remind you of today's topic. We're having a conversation about the top 10 business plan software tools for investor pitch deck. Number 6, we have Smartsheet. I was scored 9 over 10. So Smartsheet is kind of cool for goal management if you have an intention of creating an investor pitch deck, okay? And it's always important to understand that Smartsheet is a project management tool that uses spreadsheets to actually help you create a compelling, a captivating investor pitch deck. So here are the pros and cons of Smartsheet. Pros: there are discounts for nonprofits. They're available. You have automations on every plan. Popular integrations allowed on low tier plan. And you have a 30-day free trial. So this is kind of cool. What about the cons? There is no free plan. You have a maximum of 10 viewers allowed on lower tier plan. And you have a 3 user minimum on business plan. Here is a pricing for Smartsheet as of the date of this show. Number 5, we have Wrike. I was scored 9.2 over 10. So when you think about Wrike, I want you to think about a solid business plan software tool for investor pitch deck. We love the fact that you're able, Wrike is kind of similar to Smartsheet because it is a project management tool that actually works well if you are trying to use it as a pitch deck sort of software, because it gives you all the tools that you need to help you gather and compare your data and present to investors in a very compelling way what you want to present to them. So here are the pros and cons of Wrike. The pros: you have a road mapping ability, which is really great from an investor pitch deck perspective. You have multiple views, you can calendar and board. This is kind of cool also. You have investor pitch deck templates, and you have goal management via project and tasks, and you have free plans available and affordable plans also. What about the cons here? No pitching tools, no financial tools. And so here is a pricing for Wrike as of the date of this show. So one thing I want to say here is that Wrike actually helps you put everything together so you can have like a presentable, let's say a compelling presentation to hand over to potential investors, whether in a pitch deck format or in a full-fledged business plan format. Number 4, we have a Business Sorter. I was scored 9.4 over 10. So when you think about Business Sorter, I want you to think about a tool that is great for large teams, especially if you are trying to create an investor pitch deck real fast. And we'll love the fact that Business Sorter gives you all the capabilities, all the templates also, to sort of help you create your winning pitch deck for investors. Okay, so here are the pros and cons of Business Sorter. The pros: you have affordable plans, easy to use investor pitch deck templates, free trial available. Car system helps guide your goal setting, and you can create up to 40 business plans and 40 investor pitch decks. What about the cons here? Well, plans limit the user count, no messaging in-app, and very limited integrations. So here is a pricing for Business Sorter as of the date of this show. Number 3, we have Plan Guru. I was scored 9.5 over 10. So if you're looking for an investor pitch deck tool that's really great in terms of financials, you want to really think about Plan Guru, because Plan Guru helps you actually set goals and analyze performance and really communicate this in an articulated way. So you want to communicate that to investors, right? And it also provides a rolling forecast, helping you understand the implications of spending on overall cash flow before you do it. And so here are the pros and cons here. Pros: you have extensive financial tools and detailed budgeting, forecasting, and reporting capabilities. You have a substantial library of educational resources. And you have a 14-day free trial and 30-day money-back guarantee. What about the cons here? While no templates or tools for basic business plan writing or even investor pitch deck writing, it's kind of difficult to get started without prior financial knowledge. And it is really expensive, especially if you want to have additional users later on. Here is a pricing for Plan Guru as of the date of this show. So you have the pricing for business. First of all, you have the pricing for business and nonprofits, and also the pricing for advisors. By the way, boss, I want to quickly remind you of today's topic. We're having a conversation about the top 10 business plan software tools for investor pitch deck. Number 2, we have Mouse Master Plan. Our score 9.6 over 10. So when you think about Mouse Master Plan, think about an Australian business plan solution that has been been in industry for the last 20 years, or even more than 20 years. And you can generate a detailed action plan and investor pitch deck using Mouse, and you can do so based on your specific goals and projections for the future. Moreover, it's possible to delegate tasks within the program and track progress. What are the pros and cons of Mouse? Pros: it's very easy to use. You have detailed statement and impressive graphs. You have automated action plan that monitors different tasks to keep the whole team on track. What about the cons here? It is expensive for startups and small businesses, and you have real-time errors that can occur sometimes. On the screen right now, here is a pricing for Mouse. And the thing is, Mouse doesn't want to give you any pricing. They want you to call them. They want you to have a conversation with sales so they can actually sell you, or they can cross-sell you or upsell you. Number 1, we have the Business Plan Shop. Our score 9.8 over 10. So if you think about a top business plan software tool for investor pitch deck, think about the fact that you have a financial forecast over 3 or 5 years if you go with the Business Plan Shop. You have step-by-step guidance with instructions and examples. You can export to MS Word or PDF format. You have chart, break-even point analysis, financial analysis, and credit analysis. So this is kind of cool. So what are the pros and cons here? Pros: it's quite easy to use. You have clear instructions and examples for each section of your business plan. You have strong data presentation, and you have helpful educational materials. What about the cons here? Limited business planning features. You can't import financial information from spreadsheets. So this is what it is. And on the screen right now, here is a pricing for the Business Plan Shop for a business and for advisor. Let me quickly talk to you about the overview here. So when we talk about getting a business plan software tool for investor pitch deck, everything starts with the kind of features you're looking for. Everything starts with the kind of features the investor wants to see in your pitch deck, right? So if you know your industry pretty well, you have a clear idea what investors are used to seeing in similar business plans or similar pitch decks. So it's just a matter of you actually adapting your content to what the investor wants to see. And the bottom line here is that you want, of course, doing that means that you have to pay attention to the features. You have to pay attention to the features that the investor is trying to communicate, that the features the investor is really evaluating your business on. Also think about the cost. Of course, you gotta be in business, you gotta stay in business, and think about the ease of use and the customer reviews. One thing I want to see here is that when we talk about having a business plan software for investor pitch deck, we want to pay attention to how this software tool integrates with other tools that you have in your tech stack, especially accounting software. Remember, when we speak about accounting, when we speak about investor pitch deck, you are going to need data from your accounting department to actually construct the pitch deck. And it's one of those things where you have to pay attention right off the bat. Don't do it at the end, because otherwise you might be surprised. And the thing here is that you have to understand there are different types of business plans, especially those that have investor pitch decks. So whether you're looking for a lane plan, or you want to have a standard business plan, or you want to have like an operational plan, or you want to have a tactical plan, a strategic plan, a contingency business plan. So it really depends on what you're looking for. But the bottom line is, whichever software provider you choose, make sure that they actually, like, the provider has a series of work streams like road mapping, business planning, user experience. You want to have somebody that has a strong user, like a strong and compelling user interface. And so you want to have also the ability to brainstorm with your team also, because remember, when we speak about investor pitch deck, this is not a solo sort of business. This is a collective effort, especially if you are dealing with multiple investors. You definitely don't want to do it by yourself. I don't care how good you think you are. You definitely want to outsource part of the job to third parties. So this is what's going to help you actually scale in the long run and really start making like a crazy amount of money. Let me give you a few pro tips here. So when we talk about investor pitch decks, it's important to understand that if you use a business plan software to create the pitch deck, there are pros and cons to that approach, right? And it's important to also recognize the fact that, if you have the right business plan software, you basically have several benefits, especially as they relate to your pitch deck ambitions. Because you want to have like a compelling pitch deck. That's the bottom line. So think about business plan software that include step-by-step guidance, statement and report generation, accurate reporting, customization, and something that is very easy to update. Now remember that all those things are important and they're part of your pitch deck anyway. So when we talk about statement and report generation, that's just like the quantitative aspect of your 1-page or 2-page pitch deck right there and there. Accurate reporting. Investors want to make sure that your business is set up in such a way that they can actually request whatever documents and get those documents ASAP. You don't have to wait that long, right? So those are elements you want to pay attention to. And we also want to pay attention to the fact that if you were to choose business plan software within the context of investor pitch deck, make sure that it is flexible enough, and so you have software that actually gives you industry insights from time to time. And you also want to make sure that the software is not really that expensive, because if you have to spend so much money on a pitch deck software, then it's really not worth it, because there are actually specific pitch deck software out there. And one thing I want you to pay attention to is that I want you to really look for a series of features if you are trying to choose a business plan software tool with investor pitch deck in your mind, right? So make sure you have a step-by-step wizard. This is the classic sort of help. Make sure that you have templates. Yeah, this is an important element as well. Make sure you have financial projections. This is another biggie. You want to have charts and graphs. You want to have additional services. You want to have contributors. You want to have integrations, and you want to have also the charts and graphs. So the bottom line here is you need to have a constellation of tools to kind of help you out, determine whether or not you're making the right choice, and how to go from there. I want to quickly share with you in the approach section here. I want to share with you our methodical approach when it comes to evaluating, categorizing, and listing the top 10 business plan software for investor pitch deck. So we're going to show you a series of screenshots, and please feel free to pause the button if you want to know more, so that you have a clear idea about our thinking process here. So please check this out. All right, let's quickly recap here. So number 1, we have the Business Plan Shop, 9.8 over 10. Number 2, we have Mouse Master Plan, 9.6 over 10. Number 3, we have Plan Guru, 9.5 over 10. Number 4, we have Business Sorter, 9.4 over 10. Number 5, we have Reich, 9.2 over 10. Number 6, we have Smartsheet, 9 over 10. Number 7, we have Life Plan, 8.8 over 10. Number 8, we have AHA, 8.5 over 10. Number 9, we have BizPlan, 8.3 over 10. And number 10, last but not the least, we have here Biz Plan Builder, our score, 8 over 10. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. God bless you. I'll see you next time. But until then, remember, stay marvelous.